Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Talk Ema, where every conversation helps you speak English more naturally. I'm Emily, and today I'm feeling amazing because I just had the best cup of coffee this morning.
And I'm Jack, and honestly, coffee is one of my favorite things in life. Hot coffee, iced coffee, sweet coffee, strong coffee, I love all of it, especially when I'm sleepy and need energy fast.
That is actually perfect because today we are talking about how to order coffee in English, and we will make it easy and natural for everyone listening.
Good, because coffee shop menus always confuse me a little. Sometimes I see words like espresso, latte, cappuccino, or flat white, and I just smile and hope for the best.
Don't worry, Jack. By the end of this conversation, you'll sound confident and relaxed in any coffee shop. So first, imagine you walk into a cafe, you see the menu on the wall, people waiting in line, and a friendly worker behind the counter.
Yes, and usually I start feeling nervous because I don't know the correct English sentence, so I just say, coffee please, and then panic.
That's still okay, but native speakers usually sound a little more natural by saying things like, I'd like a coffee. Can I have a latte, please? Or I'll have a cappuccino.
I like I'll have because it sounds quick and casual, especially in the morning when my brain is still sleeping.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the drinks. An espresso is a very small but very strong coffee, and even though the cup is tiny, the flavor and energy are powerful.
That sounds exactly like me after one espresso. Before coffee, I'm slow and quiet, but after espresso, I suddenly feel ready to run a marathon.
That is very true. Now, an Americano is espresso mixed with hot water, so it tastes lighter and feels more like regular coffee.
Okay, so espresso is small and strong, but an Americano is bigger and smoother. I think I understand now.
Perfect. Next is the latte, which is espresso with a lot of milk, so it tastes creamy, soft, and comforting.
A latte feels like a warm hug in a cup, especially on rainy days when you just want to relax and enjoy life slowly.
That is such a good description. And finally, cappuccino. A cappuccino also has milk, but it has more foam on top, which makes it light and airy.
I always struggle to pronounce that word correctly, so I usually say it very quietly and hope nobody notices.
That's still okay, but native speakers usually sound a little more natural by saying things like, I'd like a coffee. Can I have a latte, please? Or I'll have a cappuccino.
Cappuccino. Wow, that actually feels much easier now. I think I'm finally ready to order coffee in English without fear.
And that's the goal. Simple English, real conversations, and confidence in everyday situations.
That's it, Jack. Cappuccino. And honestly, a cappuccino is one of the prettiest coffees because it has soft milk foam on top that looks like a little white cloud.
You should. Now, let's talk about the flat white because many people hear that name and feel confused at first.
Yes, I still don't really know what a flat white is.
A flat white is espresso with a small amount of steamed milk, so the coffee taste is stronger than a latte, and it's especially popular in Australia and New Zealand.
Okay, now my brain is full of coffee names. Espresso, Americano, latte, cappuccino, and flat white. I suddenly want to drink all of them today.
Then let's do a quick review. Espresso is small, strong, and has no milk. Americano is espresso with hot water, so it tastes lighter.
And a latte has lots of milk, which makes it creamy and smooth, while a cappuccino has milk and fluffy foam on top like a little cloud.
Exactly. And a flat white has less milk than a latte's, so the coffee flavor feels stronger and richer.
Good. I think I finally understand the coffee menu now. But then the barista asks another difficult question. What size would you like?
That part is easy. Most coffee shops simply have small, medium, and large sizes, although some famous coffee chains use different names.
Yes, and that always confuses me because sometimes tall means small, grande means medium, and venti means large, which makes absolutely no sense to me.
I agree. So if you feel nervous, just use small, medium, or large because everyone understands those words clearly.
Then I can say, I'll have a large latte, please, and sound confident.
Perfect. So tell me honestly, what size coffee do you usually order in the morning?
Always large, because without a big coffee, I'm basically still asleep and not ready to talk to humans yet.
That sounds very realistic. I usually order medium because it feels like the perfect amount for me. Not too much and not too little.
So Emily drinks medium coffee like a calm and responsible adult while I survive on giant cups of caffeine.
Exactly. Now let's talk about customizing your drink because the barista may ask, hot or iced?
That part I understand. Hot means warm coffee, and iced means cold coffee with ice cubes.
Right. So you can say something simple like, I'll have an iced latte, please, and it sounds completely natural.
I actually love iced coffee, especially during hot summer afternoons when regular coffee feels too heavy.
Then the next question might be about milk, because many people now choose different types, like oat milk, almond milk, or soy milk.
There are so many choices these days, but honestly, I usually just want regular milk because my brain gets tired making too many decisions before coffee.
That's perfectly fine. You can simply say, regular milk, please, or normal milk is fine.
Easy enough. And then comes sugar, which is the most important part for people like me who love sweet drinks.
Exactly. The barista may ask, would you like any sugar? And you can answer with one sugar, please, or no sugar. Thank you.
And if I want my coffee extra sweet, I can ask for caramel syrup or vanilla syrup too, right?
Yes, and those are very common choices. A full order could sound like this. I'll have a large iced latte with oat milk and caramel syrup, please.
Wow, that sounds like a very professional coffee order. I feel like an experienced cafe customer already.
And remember, you never need to rush. The barista hears long orders every single day, so speaking slowly is completely okay.
That actually makes me feel less nervous because I always worry people will laugh if I make a mistake.
Nobody will laugh. Coffee shop workers are used to hearing different accents, slow English, and all kinds of orders. They just want to help you enjoy your drink.
Good, because after ordering comes the scary part, paying.
Don't worry, that part is simple too. The barista tells you the price. And then you can say, here you are, while giving cash or your card.
Or I can say, here you go, which sounds friendly and natural too.
Exactly. And after you pay, the barista may ask for your name so they can call you when the drink is ready.
So I just say, Jack, and then later someone shouts, Jack, your latte is ready. And I proudly walk to the counter like a coffee champion.
That is exactly how it works. And now you are officially ready to order coffee confidently in English.
And after you get your coffee, you simply smile and say, thank you, or thanks so much, because being friendly always makes the conversation feel warm and natural.
And maybe I can also say, have a good day, before I leave with my coffee and my happiness.
Exactly. Coffee shop conversations are usually short, polite, and friendly, so even a small smile can make the interaction feel comfortable.
That's very common. You can politely say, actually, can I change that to a cappuccino, please? and the barista will completely understand.
I really like the word actually because it sounds soft and natural when correcting yourself.
Yes, native speakers use it all the time. For example, actually, can I make that a medium instead? Sounds very polite and normal.
And usually the barista just smiles and says, "Of course," because coffee shop workers are generally very friendly.
Exactly. They want customers to enjoy their drinks, not feel stressed or embarrassed.
That makes me feel much better because I always worry about making mistakes when speaking English.
Mistakes are completely okay, especially in places like coffee shops where workers talk to many different people every day.
But what if I don't understand the barista because they speak too fast?
Then you can simply say, "Sorry, can you repeat that?" Or, "Sorry, I didn't catch that."
I didn't catch that. Sounds very useful because it feels more natural than just saying, "What?"
Exactly. It means you didn't hear or understand clearly, and people will usually repeat themselves more slowly to help you.
Good, because sometimes my brain stops working before my morning coffee.
That happens to everyone. Okay, now let's practice a full coffee shop conversation from beginning to end.
All right, I'm ready. But I'm also a little nervous like it's a real cafe.
Don't worry, I'll be the friendly barista. Here we go. Hello, welcome. What can I get for you today?
Hi, I'll have a large latte, please.
Of course, hot or iced.
Hot, please.
What kind of milk would you like?
Regular milk, please.
Any sugar or syrup?
Yes, can I have one sugar, please?
Sure. Can I get a name for the order?
Jack, Jack.
Perfect. That will be 480 yens.
Here you go.
Thank you. Your latte will be ready soon.
Thanks so much.
A few minutes later, the barista calls, "Jack, your large hot latte is ready."
And then I walk proudly to the counter, like the main character in a movie, and say, "Thank you," before taking my coffee.
Exactly. And that was a perfect coffee shop conversation from start to finish.
Honestly, it felt much easier than I expected, and now I actually want to practice in a real cafe.
You should, because real life practice is the fastest way to build confidence.
While waiting for my coffee, I usually just stare at my phone and pretend to look busy because I feel awkward standing there.
That's completely normal. But if you want, you can make small talk with the barista by saying simple things like, "It smells amazing in here," or, "Is it busy today?"
Or I can just smile quietly and wait without saying anything, which honestly sounds easier for me.
That is perfectly fine too. Not every moment needs conversation.
And if the coffee tastes too sweet or too hot, I can politely explain the problem instead of staying silent.
Exactly. You can say something gentle like, "Excuse me, this is a little too sweet for me." And most coffee shops will happily help fix it.
That's good to know because people always seem much kinder than I imagine in my head.
They usually are, especially when you speak politely and calmly. And now, before we finish, let's talk about one small cultural thing people should know about coffee shops.
Before we finish today, let's talk about one interesting cultural thing about coffee shops in many English-speaking countries.
Yes, because coffee shops are not only places to buy coffee. People also go there to work, study, relax, or spend time with friends.
Exactly. Many people treat cafes like a second living room where they can sit comfortably for a long time with just one drink.
And nobody usually tells you to leave, which honestly sounds wonderful to me because I could sit with coffee for hours.
That's very normal. You'll often see people using laptops, reading books, writing notes, or quietly studying by themselves.
I love that atmosphere so much. Now, I want to go to a coffee shop this weekend, order a large latte, and practice English for 2 straight hours.
That actually sounds like the perfect plan because every visit becomes real English practice.
Exactly. Even ordering the drink is like a mini English lesson with real people.
And real life practice is one of the best ways to become more confident and natural in English conversations.
I'm definitely going this weekend. I already know my order perfectly now. Large hot latte, regular milk, 1 sugar, and the name Jack on the cup.
You are completely ready. Okay, before we end today's episode, let's do one final review together.
Yes, review time. Coffee and reviews are two of my favorite things in life.
First, coffee types. Espresso is small and very strong.
Americano is espresso with hot water, so it tastes lighter and comes in a bigger cup.
A latte has lots of milk, which makes it creamy and smooth.
And a cappuccino has milk and soft foam on top, like a little coffee cloud.
Perfect. A flat white has less milk, so the coffee taste feels stronger and richer.
Now, ordering phrases. You can say, I'd like a coffee. Can I have a coffee? Or I'll have a coffee.
And for sizes, simple words always work best: small, medium, or large.
Then you can customize your drink by choosing hot or iced, different milk types, sugar, or flavored syrup.
After that comes payment, where you can politely say, "Here you are," or "Here you go."
And finally, when you leave, don't forget simple, friendly phrases like thank you and have a great day.
Perfect, Jack. You remembered everything beautifully today.
I honestly feel much more confident about ordering coffee in English now.
That makes me very happy to hear. And sadly, that's all the time we have for today on Talk Ema.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We hope today's conversation helps you feel relaxed and confident the next time you walk into a coffee shop.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Talk Ema, leave a like, and share it with a friend who loves coffee and wants to improve their English naturally.
What is your favorite coffee drink? Is it hot or iced, sweet or strong? Tell us your order in English in the comments.
We would absolutely love to read your coffee orders and favorite cafe drinks.
See you next time, everyone.
Bye, everyone, and keep practicing your English one conversation at a time.